Hi there. In this tutorial I'm going to show you how to make a new school deep house bass sound in Native Instruments Massive. Before I go any further, I'm going to give you a little play of the sound to hear what we're going to end up with. So this is a sound I programmed from scratch, Native Instruments Massive, and it's actually been taken from my new sample library I've just released, which is available now on massivesynth.com, which is a deep house called Deep House NI Massive, and it's just focused around the new school of deep house, you know, bass sounds, leads, pads, keys and stuff, you know, big influence from the likes of producers like Carmen, Hunter Game, Maceo Plex, Jamie Jones, that kind of thing. And this is one of the bass sounds taken from that pack, and I'm just going to show you how to recreate it today in Native Instruments Massive. It's a really simple sound to make. As you can see, there's not loads of modulation going on here. So first off, I'm going to initialize this preset. I'm going to give you a little glimpse of the MIDI notes I'm using to create this patch. So if you wanted to copy these MIDI notes just to get this same bass sound going, then pause this video now, copy these notes, and then we can get into programming the sound. Okay, so we've got our initialized preset here. We're going to go ahead and set up some of the oscillators and then do the filters and the effects. So for oscillator 1, I'm going to take the pitch down by 1 octave. I'm going to keep it as a sawtooth wave, so keep the wavetable position all the way to the right. Intensity stays on full. Amp, bring down a little bit and then route it to filter 1. So oscillator 2, turn it on. I'm going to take the pitch down of this by 2 octaves, and I'm going to make it a square wave, so pull the wavetable position all the way to the left. Intensity stays on full, amp can stay on full, and then again route this oscillator to filter 1. Oscillator 3, turn it on. This is going to stay as a sawtooth wave. Intensity maybe bring down a little bit, amp can stay on full, it gets routed to filter 1 again, but the pitch of this I'm going to take up by 7 semitones, and this is going to help to give us our really nice rich sound by taking it by 7 semitones rather than by 12 or keeping it at 0. And then that's it for the oscillators. So what we can do next is move on to the filters. Okay, so for this sound I'm going to use a low pass 4 filter, and I'm going to pull the cutoff down a little bit and keep the resonance maybe about a quarter of the way up or so, and then make sure the volume of the filter is full and the mix slider between the two filters is all the way to mix 1. And then what we're going to do is start modulating this filter with an envelope. So I'm going to use envelope 1 here, and I drag it to the cutoff and pull it up a little bit with the way now. So basically the envelope now, this shape is controlling this filter, it's controlling the cutoff here. So I'm going to pull the sustain of this envelope right down, maybe move the decay up a little bit, and this is just going to help with the percussive edge to the sound. So I'm going to give you a little play of the sound now. You can see that envelope is really helping shape the sound. If I take that off and give you a play now, that's the kind of one of the key ingredients to this sound, really, getting that envelope to shape the filter. So we can move on now and start setting up some of these effects. I'm going to start off with a sync delay, so load that into FX1, delay synced. Pull the dry wet down a little bit here, or maybe about a quarter of the way, and the damp, which is the high frequency of the delayed signal, effectively, I'm going to have that quite high, so the delay is quite audible within this sound. Pull the feedback down, because I've got a busy bass sound. I want quite a sort of tight delay that's not feeding back too long, so the notes aren't starting to clash and stuff. And then by moving the left channel to 1/8 and the right to 2/8, having these two slightly different gives us more of a kind of stereo delay effect, basically. So you can hear that going on there. And then move on to FX2. I'm going to set up a chorus here, and this is going to really help thicken the sound. Maybe pull the offset down a little bit, because if you have this too kind of high, it's going to be a bit more like a delay. So pull this down, pull the dry wet down a little bit. And that really helps thicken the sound up, gives it quite a nice tone. You can play with some EQ here if we want. You know, if you don't want too much high frequency in the sound and stuff like that. And then there's a couple more things to help just like fatten the sound up. We've got this with our initial preset. What I really like with Massive is it automatically sets this vibrato kind of macro thing going on here, and the settings that it has here are really nice settings. So if I'm using vibrato in a sound, I just keep these as they are with the initialized preset and then just pull this up. So it's got quite a nice bit of vibrato in the sound there basically. And then, well, we need to set this glide, but before we do that we need to make the synth mono. So click on mono there, and I'm going to put up to 2 voices. Maybe pull that chorus down a little bit. And you can hear the glide on the notes there, because you're not going to get any glide unless the synth's in mono. You need to remember that. But I've pulled the glide up a little bit there now. I'm getting a glide, I'm getting a nice slide in between those notes now. So I think that's pretty much it with the sound now. I think that's pretty much how I made it for the sample library. So yeah, that's it. Let's give it a little spin. Okay, well that's it. I hope you enjoyed this video, and obviously go ahead and make that patch, and I hope you enjoy it. And obviously if you really like those kind of new school deep house sounds, then go and check out my library that's available on massivesynth.com, Deep House NI Massive. And thanks for watching. Hope to see you again soon. Thank you.